Hello YouTube family, this is Geoffrey Ngosa, and I'm here at St. Barnabas Tomb. As I promised you last week that I will visit the tomb. So today I want to show you around the tomb of St. Barnabas. You know that history of Apostle Paul cannot be complete without mentioning St. Barnabas. So I'm here to show you around. Please come, I'll show you around the tomb and everything about St. Barnabas. Finally, the moment that we've been waiting for is here. Now the wait is over. Before, I promise you that I'll take you to St. Barnabas. So here we are now today. So first thing first, when you are here, you have to visit this place where they sell some souvenirs. You can see different things here, just to show you that, or to give you the memories that you've been here before. So who's Barnabas? So Barnabas was a prominent figure of the first century Christianity, and he is first introduced to us in the scriptures by Luke in Acts 4 verse 34 to 36. There we learn that this devoted man was a Levite and native of Cyprus. So he was born here and was killed here. So where we are now is the old church. Is now become a museum. So let's go inside and find out what is there. Yeah. So Barnabas moved to Jerusalem, where he was introduced in Jerusalem, and he was many of the believers who shortly after Pentecost sold their land and houses and gave the prices to the apostles for the advancement of Christian work. So we can see these are some of the pictures of some of the Jesus Christ and other apostles. So you can see these are some of the apostles and the old ancient. So this is the church, and you can see that is a tourist center where you see a lot of people from different nationalities come here just to take a feed. So these are some of the saints or apostles. Yeah. So you can see person is praying, others are taking pictures. So his name was Joseph, but apostles surnamed or gave him the name Barnabas, meaning the son of comfort. So he was a home-hearted and generous person who did not hesitate to offer both himself and his material possession willingly for the expand of the kingdom interest. Yeah, so we can see how good this person was, and this one is just the burial ceremony of Jesus Christ. Yeah. So there are all things here that we can learn from. So these are scriptures, and so the reason why he was even given the name apostles, he was not among the 12 apostles, but he was given the name because of he was full of Holy Spirit and a teacher, and he taught many people, converted many people into Christianity in Antioch, modern day Syria. So we are taking time to learn about this wonderful man. So he is well known because of his association with Paul, and that of extended over many years. So his relationship with Paul began 3 years after Paul was converted into Christianity. So we can see some of this is the crucifix of Jesus Christ, the transfigured. So these are most of the things are written in Greek, and here is the Lord resurrection, when Jesus Christ was resurrected. So, and they've indicated the years. So these are some of the pictures. This is Mary and Jesus Christ when he was young. Yeah. So this one is now become a museum, but before it was a church. Now they've put everything here just for us to have the background. This is when Jesus Christ was born. There are a lot of things here, but our main focus is on Apostle Barnabas. So Barnabas introduced Paul to Peter and the disciple James in Jerusalem. Remember, in Jerusalem, that's where the governing board was, or those who were overseeing spiritual things in Jerusalem. So he's the one who introduced Paul to them and convinced them that he has truly repented, because Paul used to persecuted Christians, but when he converted into Christianity, it was hard for people to believe that he has changed. So Barnabas played an important role to convince those who were taking the lead in Jerusalem. So we can see this is John, the right of John in the Gospel of John. So there's so many apostles here. So you see people come here and say. So in the meantime, a great deal of Christianity interest in Christ had aroused in Antioch of Syria by certain Greek-speaking Cypriots. So those people who were in Antioch, most of them came from this place. So when the governing board heard that they wanted to change or to become Christian, the governing board sent him there. The governing board, yes, how are you? Send him there to go and preach and convince them, because he could speak the language with the locals, because he also a Cypriot. So Barnabas, before he went there, so this is where the king was maybe passing judgment to people. You just stand here, order people to execute or what. So this was a seat for the throne. So that is for the church. So before he went there, he had to go to Tarsus. Yeah, we can see this is a old church or museum. Now become a museum where we can learn a lot of things from it. So Apostle Paul, he went to Tarsus because he had Paul in mind to accompany him. So he went there to convince Paul to accompany him to Antioch. And they preached there and they helped many people, the congregation, to build the congregation in Antioch, which is the modern day Syria. So after the relief work accomplished, Paul and Barnabas went back to the Antioch in 47 CE. The sound, so we can see these are most of ancient stones they used to even write, scribe before. You can see the years 7000 BCE. So this is a historical area. So you can see the old ancient things that they used to. So this place now is now being a tourist attraction, but before it was a church, and now it has turned into a museum, just to explain to us how the Christianity was spread over here. You can see a beautiful home. So I'll take you now to the tomb. This is just a church attached to the tomb where, so now I'll take you to the tomb where Saint Barnabas was buried, where his remains are. That side, that's where the tomb is, where his remaining are. And these are some of the caves where they used to bury people, you know. So as I was saying, so from there they traveled to back from Jerusalem to this place to help convert Proconsul Sergius Paulus, and they traveled through Asia Minor, which is a modern day Turkey. And then Paul and Barnabas were stoned in the city of Lystra. And in about 49 CE, they took their burning question about circumcision to Jerusalem to the governing body. So you can see most of people here, tourists, they do come here and to have a glimpse of this place. So when they were planning for another tour or trip, ministerial trip, Paul and Barnabas had an argument and overtaking John Mark. And did you know that Mark was a cousin to Barnabas? So Paul and Barnabas parted ways, and Barnabas took Mark, his cousin, to this place and Paul took Silas to Syria, and he was later killed here, burned to death, and he was buried in this same tomb that we are trying to show you. So this is where the tomb or the remainings is. Saint Barnabas.
En vooral natuurlijk voor Griekse piloten een heel gevoelig punt. Maar we blijven open en we blijven erin. We gaan er mee, gaan we mee. Dan rechts naar beneden. En pas nu vooral in de
So we are going down where the remainings are. So just wanted to find out where the tombs and the graves. So we are going down there. So just following where people are going. And it feels very... You can see here.
En voor hen is het vooral belangrijk dat ze hier naartoe
Where
komen,
is
een
remaining
kaarsje
down?
branden, een foto maken, wat kusjes geven op dat graf. Een soort van...
That side.
Dat klopt. Dat de rest de foto's heeft genomen.
And this is where the grave is. Yeah, yeah.
So, can you get to the camera?
Oké, dan gaan wij ook terug omhoog. Want het is nog lang niet onze tijd. En wees voorzichtig op die tweede tree.
Here lies the remains of St. Barnabas. Remember Barnabas, the apostle of Christ in the Holy Bible, who worked for salvation of the people of Cyprus. This is the remains of that apostle of Christ. St. Barnabas.
Als op de tweede tree was het, hè?
Ja.
Zijn we ook bij toch?
You and I can led so many souls to Christ in Cyprus. And here,
So this is where his remainings.
your remains lie. I know that since you worked for Christ, your soul is already resting with Christ.
Ja, dit kan wel even duren.
Wow, what can I say? I feel honored, and for me to be here, just to share or to feel compassion about Apostle Barnabas, what he did for the Christians, and to help many people or convert people into Christianity. So I feel honored, and yes, very deep seated. Okay, that's it.